They think the only people who should really take a cleanse or a detox are people who are constipated. So is that true? And, so we're going to have an interesting discussion. As usual, we're going to open the telephone lines to those of you. So we're going to take some Facebook in due time because of our screen situation here. We usually do Facebook subsequently because it's easier from a technical perspective to really see the questions that are being asked, as well as the questions and callers in the studio there. So, cleanse. When people hear the word cleanse, they automatically think, of some bad tasting concoction that when you take it, it's going to have you living in the washroom for days and you can't do anything, and when you finish, you're no good for yourself. So there are some people who share that sentiment. But is that really true? And of course, the answer is no, because, as I was having a discussion with someone actually this week, in fact, it was, Friday? And she asked a very interesting question where, or an interesting discussion came up as regards to cleansing, because one of the things that they said is that, cleansing don't really sit too good in my spirit. That was the actual words of the individual. So I said, why? And they say, well, I find, I go to the washroom often, so I don't really need to cleanse. And, those things I know of someone who had an experience, and the experience wasn't such a good one. As regards to cleansing, I say, okay, fine. But, do you think it is really important to cleanse? And I went on to inform them. I said, listen to me. You have to understand why cleansing and detoxifying is so important. Simply because the food that we have now, one, is not of the best quality. And when I say it's not of the best quality, even if you eat very healthy, and we use the word healthy in inverted commas there, it means that, you still have chemicals to deal with. We have chemicals in the air, we have chemicals in the food, we have chemicals in water. You have chemicals in your environment as regards to your jobs, your occupation. So those of you who work, for example, in oil and gas, that's one thing. What about if you work in a gas station, right? You're smelling gas all day. What about if you are a hairdresser and you're doing all those relaxers and whatever the case may be? We know how much chemicals hair products have in it. And we're not only talking about the hairdresser who's actually doing the treatment, but we're also speaking about the person who the treatment is being done on. So all you ladies who like to have your hair colored nicely and you always straighten and perm and jerry curl and all the fancy things that you all have now, do you think when you do that, you don't think you need a detox? One of the things that they prove is that women who do their hair, often especially, dyes, you do straightening, whatever the case may be, it can reach that point where you become so toxic that it can interfere with your eyesight. Right? So it could actually blind you. I have known of ophthalmologists who had to tell their clients, female clients, to no longer go to the hairdresser and maybe carry natural hairstyles, simply because the amount of chemicals that they have used in the past has caused so much damage to the nerves and the circulation in the brain that it is now affecting their eyesight. So do you think an individual like that should have done a detox? Of course. And what about persons who are mechanics, or they work in auto mechanics? So you do, whether you fix trucks, cars, whatever the case may be. What about you? Yeah. People like you need to take detoxes. Why? Because those type of chemicals, the diesel, the gas, and interacting with those chemicals on a regular basis will do significant harm to you. Your liver, kidney, it can actually be carcinogenic, where it can actually cause cancer. So obviously someone like that should be cleansing and detoxifying regularly. What about someone who is involved in agriculture? So you do spraying, or you do, as I say, you're big in agriculture. So you do a lot of spraying. You use things like paraquat and all those others. I think Roundup banned in some countries. I don't know if it's banned here. But in any case, people in agriculture use a lot of chemicals. And keep in mind that toxins can get in the body three ways, right? You know the three ways. One is through your respiratory system, so breathing, inhalation, exhalation. That's one. Then chemicals also get in your body through your pores. So they get in dermally, through the surface of your skin. And then thirdly, they get into your body via your eyes, ocular. So those are the three main ways in which chemicals can enter the body. Toxins can enter the body. And of course, in terms of digestion, through food or through, well, what you ingest, I should say. That can also cause problems as it relates to building up of toxins in the body. And then you have to also understand the aspect of detoxification in the body, because you have what is referred to as, you have 7 channels of elimination or detoxification. You have your kidney, you have your colon, you have your bloodstream, you have your liver, you have your lymphatic system, you have your skin, and you have your lungs. So primarily you have 7 channels of elimination, or 7 channels in which the body removes waste. Think about this. Your lymphatic system is the system that cleans your circulatory system. But your lymphatic system doesn't have what? It doesn't have a pump, right? It's only a circulatory system has, well, when I say a pump, technically a pump, which is your heart. But as it relates to the lymphatics should be healthy. And a lot of people have problems with their lymphatic system. In fact, if you have lymphedema, which is a condition where the lymph nodes become inflamed, significantly inflamed, and you have a lot of swelling on their arms, by your groin area there. In fact, if you have any swollen lymph nodes, it's usually an indication of an inflammatory situation taking place in that part of the body. So those are reasons in which someone should actually contemplate cleansing and detoxifying. So people who tell you, so keep in mind that cleansing has nothing to do with regularity as it relates to your bowels. It doesn't. You could go to the toilet 10 times for the day. That doesn't negate the fact that you would need to take a detox at some point in time, or you should take a detox at some point in time, especially if you're someone who likes meat. You know, so all the meat eaters, and those of you who eat everything, because you know there are some persons who they might just eat chicken and fish. Some people might eat chicken, fish, turkey, but some people eat everything. So they eat beef, pork, lamb, the whole 9 yards. And then some of you do it on a too frequent basis and in too much amounts. So you end up with a lot of nitrogenous waste. And as a result of that, people like that in particular need to cleanse and detox. How does your body tell you that you need a detox? So that's easy. I mean, apart from not waiting, so you should do some form of preventative maintenance, because you don't wait until your car shut down to carry it to the mechanic or carry it for a service, right? You normally service every 5,000 kilometers or whatever your service agreement is with your whoever you purchase the vehicle from, right? But the thing is, you need to regularly service your vehicle. So the same applies to the body. You know, when was the last time you serviced your body? When was the last time? So, and when we speak in service, we're talking about general things. So we're talking about a detox. When was the last time you actually did a proper detox to it? So the thing is, it have detox, and then it have Santulan. As I always tell people that. Santulan is a master detoxifier, very gentle and easy on the system, but quite effective. And we're going to discuss a little more about that in a little bit. Also, the Alkagen water, which is the premium alkaline water, which we do offer at Batson and Associates, and that also goes along with the Santulan. So, as it relates to, you know, does your body tell you when you need a detox? Yeah, it does. Headaches. So if you're having a problem where you have frequent headaches, you know, people tell you, I suffer from migraine and I suffer from cluster headaches, and they're giving you a fancy diagnosis. No, you need a clean out. That's what's going on with you. What about sometimes your body tells you in brazen ways, so you start to get problems with perspiration, so you start to smell yourself. Nothing wrong with that. You're alive, you're living. Once you're living organisms, the possibility exists that could happen to you. You can reach a point where toxins are so much in the body that it starts to manifest itself in your perspiration, maybe your mouth, maybe when you use the washroom. Some of you, when you use the washroom, people are waiting about an hour before they go inside of it because they stain up the place. So those are some indications that you need a cleanse and a detox, because there's never not a reason or not a cause for a situation. So if you have problems with your perspiration, and there's nothing to be embarrassed about, as I said. If you have a situation that needs to be addressed, you have a situation that needs to be addressed. Address the situation, right? If it's a situation with your mouth, because something people might consider that embarrassing, because you're flossing, you're brushing your teeth often, you're brushing your tongue especially, and you're still fine, like, you know, you're getting complaints. Your spouse or whoever telling you, hey, you know, I find again, a little kind of, you know, that could definitely be an indication. Listen, you need a detox. You need to call Batson and Associates. call for delivery and get your Santula and get your alkagen water. And you could also throw in a greens formula there or a mineral formula. And that is a perfect detox there. That's going to deal with your 7 channels of elimination: kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. So you're going to see improvement in your skin. You're going to see improvement in your energy levels. You're going to see improvement in your sleep. If you're a female who have problems with hormonal imbalance and you may not be aware. So, for example, you have been diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome, you have fibroids, you have a very painful menstrual cycle, you have an irregular menstrual cycle, then you need a cleanse. You need to call Batson and Associate. You need some Santulan. You need some alkagen water. So let me give you those telephone numbers. The numbers you could get us on are 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. That's 314-9975, as well as 222-8261. That's 222-8261. And our locations, we are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That's the first floor of Money Talks building in Montrose, Chabonas. We're also on the corner of Ransomwood Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Davie, as well as Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That's Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. Keep in mind the entrance for that office in Red Edge is the road to the back, which is Church Street. And of course, we in Tobago. Tobago has gotten, you all got your water, you all got Santulan, you all got a set of teas. So Tobago loaded, you all have liver, kidney, prostate, circulation, the works. And that office is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. Those numbers again, 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. That's 314-9975. Keep in mind, you can also call for delivery, and you could have those things, whatever products you need, delivered to you. Okay, so let's take some calls. I'm going to go over Mr. Dion, sir.
Ready to take some calls?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you can give us a call at 624-7729, 625-2759 if you'd like to speak to Dr. Batson. You can give us a call right now at 624-7729 or 625-2759 with your questions. You can listen off air for the responses at this time, or you can send us a WhatsApp message at 333-9950. You can send us a WhatsApp message at 333-9950. So you can give us a call right now if you have questions for Dr. Batson at 625-2759 or 624-7729. I think we have a call on the line. Let's see who's there. Hello, good morning. Okay, could you just lower your radio for us a bit? Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I have a question.
All right, could you just lower your radio for us, please? Getting some feedback. We want to make sure. Yeah, Peter, lower the radio. We want to make sure we hear you clearly.
Hello, here, you know?
Yes, I am. Beautiful.
If someone, the eye doctor tells someone they have to do laser, right? Do you have anything for that?
To help with that situation? So let me ask you something. Why the doctor told the person they need laser? What happens to the eye?
The person is diabetic.
So they have bleeding to the back of the eyes?
They have the bleeding.
Right.
At the time when the doctor said it was not bleeding.
Right.
So what they are saying, they would have really show the bleeding was stop the come back.
Okay. Well, the thing is, well, I can listen off the air, right? So I'll explain something. I say, okay, I'll explain to you. You could listen off air if you want. Right. So, all right. How to start this boy? Okay. So diabetics. If you're a diabetic, right? Especially if you're a diabetic who's using insulin, the likelihood of having eye problems is significantly increased. We know what diabetes is. Diabetes simply is a situation where you have excessive levels of glucose in your bloodstream. Now, the thing is, glucose is not supposed to be in your bloodstream. Glucose is supposed to be stored in your cells, and when your body is ready to utilize it as energy, your body is going to take it and utilize it. But it's not supposed to be in your blood vessels for extended period of time. Why? Because glucose is very oxidative. So someone who has diabetes, they have problems with circulation, especially circulation in the extremities, which is peripheral circulation. So peripheral circulation is very important in the brain. And as a result of that, it is very important for eyesight. Hence the reason if you're a diabetic and you're a bad diabetic in the sense that you're not really looking to address the root cause of your diabetes and you're just taking medication, you know, the possibility exists that you could end up with detached retina, or what is known as diabetic retinopathy, which is when the back of your eyes begin to bleed. Now, the thing is, ophthalmologists will tell you that they need to do laser at the back of your eye, which is really not the best idea. And I'll tell you why it is not the best idea. Because the likelihood of when you do laser, damaging your eyesight permanently is very high. And sometimes the doctors don't really explain that to you. Injections is also something that you really shouldn't just run willy-nilly and allow people to put injections in your eyes. What you have to understand is that when you do that, because you're a diabetic especially, remember one of the problems that diabetics face is what? They have problems with cellular healing. So diabetics tend to take longer to heal than most people. So you could imagine somebody go and put injections. An injection would cause some form of damage, right? It would require some form of healing subsequent to the injection. So you find that usually when diabetics do injections, it tends to bother them. And the procedure is usually not as successful as you would like it to be, right? So my opinion where that is concerned is that if you have a situation like that, you should get a second opinion. And the type of person I am, from the perspective of natural and integrated medicine, I am not one of those who believe in too much injection and laser and people going inside of you. Because surgeons will tell you, in some cases, I'm not saying that this is the case in your case, but I know of experiences. They're going to tell you that you need things that you really don't need. So you need to be very careful, especially with your eyesight. So there's a product that we carry called Eye Optics Formula. But even if it is you don't even use Eye Optics Formula, which is an all-natural eye drop that is designed to improve circulation in the eyes, in the brain, in the cerebral hemisphere, which is what you want. Because you ended up with a situation with diabetic retinopathy because your circulation is significantly compromised. So in other words, what you should do is try and fix that circulation, and it will improve your eyesight. And I've seen it done on many occasions, right? Even though I decided to talk about cleanse and detoxifying today, eyesight is a major issue in Trinidad and Tobago, especially in the diabetic community. So you need to pay very close attention to that, because if you don't, you will end up with no eyesight. All right? So the advice is second opinion, and I suggest you work on your diabetes because something is wrong there. If it is you have bleeding behind your eyes, it is a serious, that is not a joke. That's not something to play with. You need to deal with that situation. It would have meant as well, not buffing you, but you need to take some responsibility somewhere, because some nonsense take place somewhere down the line for you to end up in that situation. So I don't know if the doctor fault or your fault for not being as diligent as you should be, because a lot of diabetics are very hardened people. They do not listen, and they wait until things really bad with them to come to doctors like myself. So I hope you're not one of those, but you need to pay very close attention to yourself. You need to look at things like vitamin A, B, C, D, D3, all right, and get a protocol to start to correct that situation. So if you're interested, you could give us a call, and we could give you some advice as regards to that further. All right, those telephone numbers are 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. That's 314-9975.
All right, so we have another call on the line. Hello, good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning again, Brady. A very good morning to you, Dr. Batson.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing mighty fine.
Very good.
Praise be to God and blessed His holy name.
Amen, amen.
Dr. Batson, I have two questions. Question one, how often should one detox? Question number two, what causes premature aging? What causes premature aging? Thank you very much, and you have a wonderfully happy Emancipation Day.
Same to you, sir. Same to you, sir. Okay, good. All right, so first question. What causes, no, if the second one is premature aging, and the first one, he said how often someone should cleanse and detoxify. That's a good question. It's something that people often ask. Okay, so let me see if I can break it down into categories. So you are relatively healthy, you have no problem. So you have no diabetes, you have no hypertension. So you would be in A form, let's put it like that. So because of that, you don't have any problems per se, you're good, you're healthy. Someone like that, your diet is pretty clean, you exercise, I would say you should do a detox once every 6 months, if that is you, if you fall in category A. Category B would be someone who, you have diabetes, you have hypertension, you don't really take care of yourself per se, in the sense that you're not really as active, so you don't really exercise as much, that type of thing. But your work, you need to take your occupation into consideration. So you work in oil and gas, so you're working down, well, we don't have Petrotrin again, but we have all those places down there, Yara and all those people, Schlumberger, all these places. You're working on the plants, you may be working on a rig or something like that. So you interact with heavy and strong chemicals on a regular basis. Because one of the things with people who work in oil and gas is that you smell a lot of ammonia. Well, depending on if you used to work Petrotrin or in that industry and where you're stationed. But you all understand the point I'm making. Or you might be working in auto mechanics, you might be a gardener, that type of thing. Those type of people, you need to cleanse every 3 months because of your regular exposure to chemicals and toxins. You're involved in jewelry making, you're a hairdresser, you're one of those women who just go by the hairdresser every minute, you're always pulling, you're always coloring, you're always doing something with yourself. 3 months for you, every 3 months. And if you know you're a meat eater, you love a meat, you know, you're greedy bad when coming to meat, you're eating everything. 3 months for you as well. So I think that's basically the category that you're going to fall in. Children, let's say children 18, between 10 to 18 years, a relatively healthy child who drinks a lot of water, eat fruits, eat vegetables, they might need to cleanse every 6 months as well. But those of you, you know, you all have children who you always be feeding a pack of nonsense. So again, them sweet drink, juice, everything, chocolates, the works, greedy, they don't eat nothing proper, eating a set of fast foods, drinking a set of soft drink. They don't exercise, they're obese for the age. So you have a 12-year-old and the 12-year-old is almost 200 pounds. No, they need to bring them by Batson and Associates. But someone like that would need to cleanse a little more regular. They should cleanse like every 3 months. So I try to put it in certain categories. I hope that helped to give you a guideline. But of course, it would depend on individuals per se. So you could always call, you know, the office. One of the things I always tell persons as relates to cleansing and detoxifying, especially if you're looking at using Santulan, evaluate yourself in the sense that try and see if you were drinking at least your body weight divided by 2 ounces of water daily for the last 3 months. So if you weigh 160 pounds, half of 160 is 80, you should have been drinking at least 80 ounces of water every godsend day for the last 3 months. So it means that you are properly hydrated. If you were not doing that, then we suggest you start with the water cleanse. And that's to prevent you from getting what we call healing crisis. Because we have had experiences in the past, or you have had experiences, not even with Santulan, about other cleansers. You went and buy the people product, they advertise it, and then you get breakouts, and you get more headaches, and your blood pressure went up, and you started to battle the people product. It's not the product, it's you. Your inside so nasty, no offense to anybody, and so disgusting, and has so much toxins, that when you start to use the people product, which actually works, you do not have proper hydration in your body because you are dehydrated, you do not drink water. So it's like you're trying to clean a bedroom or mop a bedroom with a cup of water. That don't make any sense. So your body, because of the dehydration, cannot process the toxins properly, and they start to come out in places where you do not want them to come out. So it starts to affect your skin, you start to get headache, you start to get nauseous, your blood pressure go up. That don't mean the product ain't good. That means you not good. You have more rubbish in you than you realize. And that's not me being facetious or rude. That is a factual thing, and it's not anything to be embarrassed about. But some people have so much toxins in them, and that's why you're sick. When you're full of arthritis and you're getting that pain, what do you think pain is? Eh? You think that zombie choking you or some kind of thing like that? What it is you have inflammation in your body. You have buildup of toxins. You have rubbish inside of you. You didn't take out the garbage for a while. Years now the rubbish truck can pass by you. So with all that build-up of everything inside of it, including fecal matter, because you know that people literally have waste inside of them, right? When I send clients to do ultrasounds, or a client brings an ultrasound, the people who work in sonography, which is people who do ultrasounds in the hospital, they are trained to see certain things. So in their training, they would have learned, apart from operations of the machine, so when they're doing ultrasound. So people who work in sonography, they could do ultrasound, they could operate, if you're doing an MRI or a CT scan, a technician would have to do it, but a medical doctor and a very qualified, trained medical professional is going to have to read the CT scan or read the ultrasound and interpret it and give the report. But the point I'm making, a lot of the times when you see ultrasounds done, in ultrasounds they have something called fecal loading. So fecal comes from the word what? Feces, which means what? Waste, right? So they say you have fecal loading, and you find this especially in women. What that means is that you have feces backed up in your intestines. So you know when people say that you're full of, somebody just tell people you're full of the S word, some people literally really full of the S word. And again, I'm not trying to be facetious or rude, but just making a point. So you all get me? So those are some of the indications. And then you see if you're having a problem with your skin too, any skin problem you have, whether it's psoriasis, atopic dermatitis, you have acne, and you're going by the dermatologist and wasting your money and buying a set of things to put on your skin. Boy, girl, that have nothing to do with your skin. That is your inside, your liver, your intestines. Stink. Want cleaning. Right? So that was it for that part. And the other part, what causes premature aging? Premature aging. Well, the thing is, you have your chronological age, which is, of course, would be calculated based on the date that you were born. So chronologically, you might be 30, but then you have your biological age, which we can measure. The magnetic resonance analysis machine does that for us, where we can look at a number of things. And that's a special that we have continually ongoing at Batson Associates, with your live blood, your dry blood, your magnetic resonance analysis scan, your consultation, and your full detox. Now, the thing is, chronologically, as I said, you could be 30, but biologically, you could be older. And what causes that premature aging is oxidative stress, or what is known as oxidation. So a perfect example would be steel, which eventually, in the elements, it begins to what? Rust. Or if you cut an apple, and it is exposed to the atmosphere for a certain point in time, you see it starts to get what? Black. So basic biology, that is called oxidation. So people who age faster than they should, or who age prematurely, are persons who experience high oxidative stress. And when you have high oxidative stress, you are a perfect candidate for a number of problems, including diabetes, hypertension, especially cancer. Especially cancer. Most, if not all, cancer patients show serious gastrointestinal imbalance, and because 70% of your immune system lies in your gut, and cancer is a disease of the immune system. Anytime you get cancer, it means your immune system isn't functioning properly, because under normal circumstances, your immune system is supposed to identify rogue cells and deal with them so that they do not masticize as they sort of become concentrated in a particular area. Right? And what would cause that too is using a lot of processed food, a lot of hydrogenated oils. If you're using table salt still, you want licks. You're introducing a lot of oxidative stress to your body. If you're drinking dairy milk, oxidative stress. You're using a lot of sugar, oxidative stress. Coffee, well, God, that is death itself. Oxidative stress. You're creating an environment that is conducive to oxidation, which is in turn conducive to inflammation, which is in turn conducive to disease or sickness. So I hope I explained that situation there for you. Again, you can feel free to give us a call or visit our clinic telephone numbers are 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. That is 314-9975. Mr. Dionson.
Yes, Dr. Batson. We have some calls here. Let's see who's here. Hello, good morning. Welcome.
Yes, dear.
Yes.
Dr. Batson.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Everything quiet.
All right, man.
Last week I asked a question on the almond milk, and while you're explaining, you say it's not a milk.
Right.
How the station went and you know, but it cut off now.
Oh, it cut off, or so it didn't hear?
When they come back, they mention something else.
Okay.
Explain for me, and before I go,
Right.
I want to hear from the Santalan boys.
Yeah.
They got a tax last year.
Right.
And every 6 months, people can take a detox.
Yeah.
And we had it last back and we used it just about a week ago.
Right.
Do wonders, because, it didn't bring up things from your throat. You never know you have a pull down inside your throat and things in the world.
Of course.
It's really cool. I think people should take it, should buy the packs. And you can use it on your own, you have it there in your fridge.
Yes.
And the light and stuff,
Yep.
Of course, you have to back it up with the alcohol and the water, which is beautiful.
Yes, sir. Thank you so very much.
You can explain to the about the milk for me.
Okay, good. No problem.
Bye-bye.
Okay, sir.
Yes, nice little ad there.
Yeah, like add I see. I didn't even know the man was calling. The man called. Santulan is a good product. That product has never disappointed.
Definitely.
Good product. Good. All the way around, good product.
Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Hey, Captain Ron, what's going on?
Okay, I have a question there for Dr. Batson. Good morning, Dr. Batson.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Listen, I'm a friend she has something called Preventative. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yes, sir.
Is there any known cure for that? I'll listen off there.
Okay, good. No problem. All right. So before I jump into that, let me just answer that last question very quickly. So you was asking about almond milk, and what I said is that almond milk technically is milk, because okay, when we're talking about milk, we're primarily speaking about dairy milk, which would fall in the category of cow's milk, and then you have, well, they use goat milk as well, right? The thing is, you have milk in different forms. So you have full cream, you have low fat, you have different processes that they would do with milk. The problem with milk is that in the animal kingdom, mammals only produce milk during one time or one stage of their life, or at a particular stage, which is primarily during gestation. So that is basically for the young to feed, right? So fundamentally, human beings only really supposed to be drinking breast milk. And this has been an argument or a cause of contention for years as to whether you should really drink dairy milk or not. And especially milk that has been processed, and then you have a lot of chemicals and antibiotics to deal with. So really and truly, you should really leave dairy milk by itself, simply because it's very acidifying to the body. And then the calcium that dairy milk possesses is not the most optimal type of calcium for your body in terms of the way the body absorbs it and utilizes it and that kind of thing. Right? So almond milk is really a substitute, and a lot of people do not know that. So I tell persons, in terms of you could use it, yes, you could use it, but just don't put it in your tea, because when you're drinking tea, as in bush tea, green tea bags from Batson and Associates, no milk in it, optimally. All right? So I hope I answer your question there. Okay, so as regards to the scleroderma situation, the thing is, cure is a word you just need to be careful with, because we live in a world where politics we have a lot of politics in the world, right? So words could put you in problems. So cure is a word I just do not use, simply because it's a word that could put you in court. So we'll use a different word. We'll use the word reverse. Could scleroderma be reversed? Yes, it can. Could psoriasis be reversed? It can. Lichen planus, atopic dermatitis. I've dealt with all sorts of skin conditions with a lot of success, simply because when you're dealing with a skin condition, regardless of how severe the skin condition is, so if you're dealing with eczema, atopic dermatitis, I've had a lot of children recently with eczema. Let me tell you something. You do not get a skin condition without a reason. Nothing happens without a reason. So there has to be a reason. The thing is, a lot of times, and this is not to criticize the dermatologists and them, they just don't work with the root cause. Remember, at the end of the day, they're going to give you a plaster for a sore. So you go to a dermatologist, they're going to give you steroids, because steroids in medicine is recommended mostly because steroids have the ability to suppress inflammation very good and very quickly. The problem with it is long term, it is very dangerous for you, especially your kidney. You see your liver, it wreaks havoc on your liver. So much so that there's something known as steroid-induced diabetes, and you could also get steroid-induced arthritis, and steroid-induced a whole lot of things, from depression, go right back. So in that particular case, you need to address these fundamental things when you're dealing with any skin condition. You must address the liver, you must address the kidney, you must address the intestines. All three of those organs of elimination are compromised. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. So in that particular case, we need to work with them. Now, you're going to get results. Your results may be a little slower than you would like. But you see, one of the things you have to understand when it comes to healing, you cannot have a need for speed. Because a lot of y'all is wanting to fix one time. And that can happen. You sick. Somebody is sick 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. Since God said, let there be light. You're sick. All kind of thing wrong with you. And you start off with one sickness and then you graduate. So you move from a bachelor's, a master's, a PhD. You have 2 PhDs. So you have diabetes, you have hypertension, you have cardiovascular disease, you have no. Something wrong. Something wrong. That's like I sent in my child to school and you were learning and I leaving you in the same school, that making no sense. Something wrong somewhere. You don't be sick for years. And that is the fundamental, because I tell persons I'm not in the politics of medicine. I don't have time for that. Because you'll always have people who like shortcuts. There are plenty of shortcut people out there, you know, they love a shortcut. You know. But when coming to your body, there is no shortcut. You cannot do it. You cannot do it. You'll end up in problems. Like people who have blocked arteries. You think you're the only person who have blocked arteries? As far as I know, I'm very, very healthy. The last time I did a complete medical, which was like about a year ago, they check echo, they do everything on me. Everything was good. Thank God. But everybody's artery is going to block up at a point in time. It mightn't get fully blocked, but it's going to get blocked. But when was the last time you serviced your arteries? And that's what it comes down to, you know. Because people, for example, who work in engineering, like if you do mechanical engineering, people, the physics people, mechanical engineering, or you work in mechanics, one of the things that you learn is preventative maintenance. Preventative maintenance. And that applies to all types of machinery. From your phone, because your phone is a machine, from your computer, your laptop, why I think your vehicle, machinery, whether it's tractor, backhoe, whatever it is, you need to do preventative maintenance, because once you deal with mechanical parts, once you deal with moving parts, you have to have some form of maintenance. So if the human body, which is the greatest piece of machinery, compared to anything, there is no telescope that could work as good as your eyes. There is no pump that they could design better than the human heart, right? There is nothing to compare as it relates to the filtration system of your kidneys. So that is machinery. So if you don't do preventative maintenance for your kidneys, for your liver, for your gallbladder, for your intestine, for your bones, what is going to happen to you? You'll fall apart. And that's what's going on with a lot of y'all. You're falling apart. And then there's a word for all the falling apart people where they go and tell you, you're complicated. If you know, I hear that word when coming to people. Doc, are complicated. How you complicated? How you complicated? You're confused? No. So you have sugar, you have pressure, your heart. No. Something wrong some way. Something. You can't be sick for 10 years. You're definitely coming to Dr. Batson. I don't tell people I say doctor if you're sick for 10 years. In fact, I could never be a doctor if you're sick for 10 years. Because my clients don't take so long to get better. 10 years? Not much sure you could have make. You could have planted a whole garden. You could have planted mango tree. Mango tree just take how long to bear? 3 years? You could have planted 3 generations of mango tree. You sick for 10 years now, something wrong. Something wrong. So ask yourself what it is you're doing wrong. What wrong? Is it the process that you're doing? The only people who do the same thing over and over expecting different results is mad people. So something you're doing wrong. You can't be eating the same food. We need to change the food. You're taking the same medication. Well, we need to change the medication. You're not exercising, or you're doing exercise. We need to change the exercise. Because something has to be out of sync in order for you not to be getting the desired results. Is it that you're licorice? Because there's a reason to it. Somehow here, I had to interfere with the greedy people. So the licorice bunch we're talking about here, if you know you fall in the category of the licorice bunch, raise your hand. You're a little greedy. You want to get to go in the fridge in the night. No, you can't do that. You cannot do that. You know you have diabetes, you want to eat ice cream every day. You mad? You can't do that. So if it's licoriceness, then we need for you to learn some discipline. And we change up the diet. Is it a lack of knowledge? So is it that you don't know? Because there's some people who don't know it. So if you don't know, we need to make sure that you get to know. And that's why I always tell people, if you think education expensive, try ignorance. It doesn't pay to be ignorant in this world today. Because there are plenty of you all kind of thing wrong with all you know because you're ignorant. You went by a doctor, and in your mind, the doctor know everything, and you was in the best place. And I'm not saying this will happen to everybody, but they properly well do nonsense. And now you left with the consequences of the nonsense. And a perfect example of that is these women who like to go by these doctors, and these doctors tell you that you need to go and take a hysterectomy. Why in God's name are you doing a hysterectomy? Why? So don't let nobody take out anything out of you until you know if it's not an emergency, you're bleeding along the place and you're bleeding to death. Do not go and let nobody cut out your womb. Because your womb, which is your uterus, plays a significant role apart from procreating. Your womb is not only for you to make children, no. You know that, right? Your ovaries is not only for you to get pregnant, no. Your ovaries is linked to your mental state of mind. When you remove your ovaries, ladies, you can end up in the madhouse. It is very easy for them to throw you into St. Anne's because of the link between your ovaries and your mental state of mind. And that's scientifically proven. Eh? You could go and do some research and check it. Especially in early times in 1800s and that kind of thing when they used to do all these hysterectomy and these women, early 1900s, plenty of them end up mad. They had to give them this thing, lithium to take. Because they literally ended up in the madhouse where they start to get hot flashes, they start to have depression, anxiety, they want to run in road and commit suicide and all these type of things. And that was as a result of a hysterectomy. So in other words, what I'm saying, always get a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth opinion when coming to surgeries and your health. It is very, very important. And one of the next things is to try your best and do preventative maintenance. Do something. When last you do something for yourself? When last you buy a little cleanse and take it? When last you buy a little CoQ10 for your heart? Look, I telling people, I say, but people, somebody come by me the other day, their heart bad. I say, you're taking CoQ10? No, them never hear about that. Oh, you never hear about that. Not only you can go and buy a little omega, take a little vitamin C. What you're taking? What you're taking? And then when you fall along and things go wrong with you, you want to vex. Can't do that. All right. So those telephone numbers, again, you can give us a call on 222. That's 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 3149975. That's 3149975. Let me say, please, those of you with the inflammation formula, I do apologize, but we now have inflammation formula in stock. Good. So Tobago has all the other offices. Shogunas will have, Monday's a holiday, right? So Tuesday. So Tuesday, Shogunas will have. Tuesday, St. James will have. And from Wednesday, Davie will have. So I do apologize for the inconvenience caused when we ran out of that product. But you know, it is we dealing with COVID and we dealing with a whole set of other things that Mr. COVID brought along with him. So, we have some little challenges and setbacks. But such is life. I pray that none of you all missed it too much, and I'll ensure that you get it this week. Mr. Dion, sir.
Yes, sir. You have time for just maybe one more.
Okay.
So let's see who's there. Hello, good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Dion.
Hi, good morning,
Good
Susan.
morning, Dr. Batson.
Good morning, Susan, and how are you?
I am doing well, thank you, but I want to give you a thumbs up, Batson.
You want to? Okay.
Remember about 2 Sundays ago, I asked you about my friend in the States who has Diverticulitis. She told me how to bring me it was full of olive oil.
Yes, sir.
Well, I did, and Dr. Batson, she gave me rave review.
Oh, good.
She could have called me off it, so she called me pretty much screaming, Susan, it's work, I have all open now, feeling so good.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, good. I'm glad that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
And with the diabetic ulcer, did you say folic acid to use? I'll try after you hang up. After I hang up with you, I didn't get have a circulation on phone. Because vitamin C, I think, and it's just folic acid is what you said to me. Okay, that's what I was sure. All right.
Yeah, and you use it, and you got.
Thank you again.
You're welcome.
I'm not sure she called you up yet, but I really want to say thank you on her behalf.
Okay, good. I'm so glad to hear that.
Okay. Have a wonderful day.
You too, my dear.
Bye, Susan. Blessings.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you all hear that for yourself, right? Yeah. So there's always a solution to a problem, and I always tell people that there's always a solution to a problem.
Could you repeat, Dr. Batson, what was that particular issue that you helped with?
Okay, yeah. She said that the person has diverticulitis. So the diverticulitis is a condition of your intestines. Doctors tell you that it is nothing to worry about, but that's craziness. So it is basically an inflammatory bowel situation. The way your colon designed, you have your ascending colon, your ascending colon, at your ascending, descending, sigmoid, transverse, right? So it's ascending, transverse, descending, sigmoid colon. The thing is, there are folds in the walls of your colon. So diverticulitis is when you get like opening or pockets in the holes. And as a result of that, it becomes infected. So the condition is known as diverticulitis. So it can cause a lot of problems, from constipation to overactive bowel, where you have a lot of frequent bowel movement. You see blood, you see mucus, all sorts of things. So the person is not in Trinidad. So what I told her to tell her, until we finish with our website and everything, I told her to drink a tablespoon of olive oil every day. So she did use the tablespoon of olive oil. That was 2 weeks ago. And she said since she's been using it, she has been seeing an improvement in the situation.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Thank you, Dr. Batson. I just wanted to ask you, because there may be persons who's listening.
Who listening on? Yeah.
They maybe didn't know.
Yeah, what the situation was. What the situation
was. And they may be listening and can use the same.
The same, exactly. Yeah, I always tell people olive oil is a very good thing to drink. Just make sure you get a good quality type of olive oil, and it helps with a lot of things, because what people don't understand with olive oil is an antibacterial, antimicrobial, and antifungal. It has strong properties where those things are concerned. It also does a lot of work for your cardiovascular system, as well as your colon, as it relates to improving colon health. So it is a very good thing to use. I drink a lot of it. I use it a lot on salad and food and that type of thing. It does help. It really does help. So very quickly, those telephone numbers, you can give us a call for things like your Santulan, your Alkagen water. Keep in mind, we do have delivery, or we have curbside pickup, where you could just call, place your order, and you just come and pick up. Those numbers again are 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. That is 314-9975. As we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. Sky family, always a pleasure. You can continue our discussion on Facebook. I'll be on Facebook here for maybe 30 minutes or hour again. Dion, always a pleasure, sir.
Yes, blessings to you, Dr. Batson. Thank you so much.
Till next week, please, God. You too, sir.
Definitely.
Okay.
Are you sick and can't get a diagnosis? Are you suffering from cataract or glaucoma? Do you have body issues that you don't understand? Come down to Batson and Associates and get help from specialized consultants.
We've been on Facebook now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'll be using the iPad for now on because I can
It's
hear
easier?
better.
Oh.
It's easier and I can hear better.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get hear what people say better. So that's a plus.
Did I my food? I know we live. There's something common there. I don't know how it come on. So Facebook family, just give us 1 minute here, and I'll be back with you guys. Okay? You know when those things open on your phone, I don't know which part it is. And you try to find it. That's what happens.
But the unlikes the audio, so I think I will keep.
You keep doing it. And it's okay, good.
This sort of once I get picked initially here, or you can see with the messages.
Mm-hmm.
Right, let's go to streaming. Back to streaming.
I try to find it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Once I get picked initially, you can see with the messages. Alright, so I just need to go.
Yeah, so I just want to be able to see all questions here, and we will continue. Bye.
What I would do is the question will come up on the screen.
Yeah, okay, good. No problem. See your questions. Yeah. Right. Facebook. So, as we were saying, as it relates to cleanse and detox, so just to reiterate, so Santulan is a 7-channel detox, cleans and detoxify kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. Someone had asked questions on the. Okay, somebody said, "Oh, I'm waiting for shipment, London." Like Juicy Smith. Yeah, Juicy. We working on that. We working. I have not forgotten you guys. Believe me. We're just making sure that we do everything. We have to dot our I's and cross our T's. I didn't even realize those processes were so in depth, especially in Trinidad. You know, I never knew someone can take CoQ10 even if they don't have a condition, and how often should you take that? Or CoQ10, you should take it as recommended. And normally recommend with CoQ10 you use like what, a 200 milligram. So you could use like a 200 milligram for the day. But it's a very, very good thing to use. Very soon we'll be getting an equilibrium brand of that CoQ10. We're going to be getting back Omega, because I'm a big advocate of omega-3, like huge. You have a lot of politics now where they're talking about omega, and then you don't need to use fish oil, you could just use your greens, which has some truth in it. But I mean, fish oils are very advantageous, especially for mental and cognitive state of mind. There's one that we carry at Batson Associates, which is a krill omega. And if you know about krill has something they call astaxanthin. Astaxanthin is an antioxidant that plays a significant role in a number of things, a number of things. As it relates to processes in the liver, the kidney, also as it relates to even one's hair, one's skin, one's eye health. I mean, the eye optics formula is a product that we carry at Batson Associates. The feature product that we're going to be doing after I finish speak would be the Santulan alone we're doing. Shakila, and what's the other one?
The Santulan, and we're releasing a video for the Oxidative.
Okay, good. Right, so it's going to be this something with Santulan, a special with that, with the price and everything for you guys. So you can call for delivery, you could come in and pick up, and the Alkagen water would basically be add on the Alkagen water. What Alkagen water is, what it has the ability to do, who needs it, does it really work? And that's the next thing. You know, a lot of people. One thing I've learned. I'm how old now? 40. I'll be 41 this year. Right. I don't look my age, I tell you. The thing is, I mean, even though I look older on Facebook, I think, and people see me, they be like, Dr. Batson, but you're young and real. So I don't know if it's the lighting or whatever it is, but you know, TV does either age you or make you porn size. So I don't know. In my case, it must be aging me. Right? But the thing is, when it comes to being teachable and coachable, that's what I want to say. A lot of people do have those temperament, you know. So you have some people out there, you're arrogant, you think you know everything. You know everything. One thing I've learned, and it's very humbling, is that no man could know everything, and you learn every day, right? So you must always have a state of mind. They say a mind works best when it is open. So basically mean that you're open-minded. Now, open-minded people are not stupid people, but they're simply open-minded in the sense that they will now take into consideration, or they would take under advisement or consideration someone else's opinion, right? So as it relates to your health, that's the problem with a lot of y'all. You don't listen. You don't listen. And, you know, like somebody told me, hey, I don't need to use alkaline water. I drink in pipe water. And, you know, my mother drink pipe water. She, grandmother, dog, drink pipe water. So because of that, pipe water it is. And no. You need to be open to certain things. So one of the things I was explaining, if you're using tap water, you shouldn't drink tap water just like that. You should really get a filter and filter the water. Now, tap water, because of its pH, which is a pH of 7, so it's actually right there, alkaline, or in the middle, I should say neutral, is because use the water, and then they come back and they keep buying the water because the water actually works. and you do feel a difference, because all water is not created equal. And you cannot just look at one glass of water, which looks nice and clear, and the next glass of water, and it looks nice and clear, and you don't realize that this one have arsenic in it, it have lead in it, it have chlorine in this, because those things are not visible to the naked eye. So, you know, sometimes it pays to be a little coachable. It pays to listen sometimes. Listen. Humble yourself and listen. And I do that. It's not like if I know everything. Even in my field, I learn every day. Just day before yesterday, someone sent some information on, what was the name of this thing, boy? Oh, something called lumbrokinase. Because I know about systemic enzymes. So I know about serrapeptase, I know about nitokinase, and what all those things actually do. But there was a particular enzyme that I didn't hear about, and a friend of mine sent some information. It's a doctor, a colleague of mine from Germany, and she sent this article for me, and I sat and I read the article, and I was like, whoa, this thing's so good. So the point I'm making, and I learned, so I'm actually going to bring that now, because it can actually help people clean their arteries. It's a very good thing to remove inflammation in the body if you have deep vein thrombosis, if you have fibroids, if you have all these type of things. So a lot of people are going to get help with that. So, you know, the same applies to you. You're suffering, and even with your eyesight, and that's why I said so much. If you know you have glaucoma, and already listen, you know you have diabetes, do not wait for your eyes to go bad. It is not $1 million for eye optics formula. It is not $1 million for vitamin A. It's not $1 million for vitamin C. Get something to start to help yourself, and do not wait until it's too late. And that's what you always do. That's what you always do. You watching the money. So you want to keep the money, keep all the money now, get sick, and then hope doctors can help you. You know, people do triple bypass and they're dead. You know, people do ablation. You know what ablation is? You know, people do ablation and they're dead. You know, people do quadruple bypass and they're properly well dead, and they still have to spend the money. So your family still lose you, and you spend $250,000, $150,000. Why would you be so stupid and wait so long for your arteries to block up and for you to start to get a heart attack to see about yourself? Tell me if that making sense. Tell me. And you know you're doing foolishness. You're eating butter, eating cheese, you don't exercise, you're obese. You all realize with COVID-19, you see the people who dying? It's not only the diabetics and the thing. The diabetics and the hypertensive people standing up is obese people, you know. All them fat people and them, no offense or disrespect to anybody. Those are the persons that dying very quickly from COVID. And you know long time that you're overweight and you're supposed to do something about your weight. So you wait for COVID to come for you to get frightened to go and lose weight? That don't make sense. That don't make sense at all. So at the end of the day, you need to try to do better in that situation. So at Batson Associates, what do we offer? Well, we have the blood analysis, which we offer, live blood, dry blood. What does that entail? Basically, in the situation of a dry blood analysis, we're actually able to determine one of the things that the caller asks, where they ask, how do you know if you're aging faster than normal, or what causes you to age faster than normal? And with our dry blood analysis, we're actually able to see that because we're able to determine oxidative stress. So you see oxidative stress like textbook in some people, and I'll be like, but you have real worries. You have a lot of stress, because those are the people who show high oxidative stress. And then in situations like that, it becomes very easy for you to be diagnosed with autoimmune diseases. So the doctors diagnose you with lupus. Bring anybody with lupus to me, and let me do a blood analysis on them. And you're going to see how much oxidative stress they have. Because oxidative stress creates an environment that is conducive to inflammatory diseases. Fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis, diabetes. Do you know that diabetes is an autoimmune condition? Primarily fueled by an unhealthy digestive system. You know that? So those are the things that we need to work on. And that's what we do at Batson Associates. It's not a matter of a plaster for a sore. No, I don't work so. I don't work so. Shortcut don't work for anything, especially with your health. You do a shortcut in work. If you're doing something, you're putting in the work. Anytime you try to do shortcut, you just end up in problems. Not so? So that's some of the things that you guys need to pay attention to. Teas we have in stock. We're going to be getting some more. Circulation tea we have a lot of. We have a lot of circulation tea. We have the eye tea, which is actually a very good product that actually helps your eyes. We have the iOptics formula. iOptics formula is an all-natural eye drop, no steroids, no antibiotics in the eye drop, that is actually designed to help situations associated with poor eyesight. So runny eyes, dry eyes, if you know you're sitting down in front of a computer, it is a good proactive approach as it relates to your eyesight as well, just as how the person was asking about CoQ10. CoQ10 can be taken by eye, nothing wrong with my heart and eyes use CoQ10. CoQ10, I use Omega, I use Circulation Formula, I use Nerve Restore. I love that product so much. That Nerve Restore, when you take that in the night and you sleep, you feel like you could take on the world the next day. You feel improved energy, mental clarity. Cerebral Formula is a very good product we carry at Batson Associates. That's for memory. So all of you who memory challenge, who you feel like you're getting Alzheimer's, Parkinson, you're not getting enough blood flow to your brain, you're getting problems, like you're having dizziness, eye problems, those type of things, that's something you could also check out. You can check out our page. Go up there. We have posted some information on the Nerve Restore. We posted the price, what it does. You could share it. You could like it. You could order it. You know. See, Shakil is raising his hand like in class here. Shakil.
What do you have for information? And then right after that, does the toxin remove minerals from the body? If a few other questions to answer, but I just hear.
Okay, so the first one was what? Sorry.
The first one is, what do you have for information?
We have the inflammation formula. We also have the mineral formula with the colloidal silver. That is really good product. We have the optimizer. Optimizer is a very good product for eyes. It's also very good for oxidative stress, breakdown in the body, that type of thing. So we have things. We have the circulation tea. Liver tea is also a very good tea. I know we're kind of low on that now, but we'll be getting some more. We have kidney tea. There was one that we had called puer. We would get back that next week, please God, together with white tea as well. We carry a lot of teas. I'm a big, and it's high quality tea. High quality tea. Because you have all kind of tea out there. But in terms of the quality of the tea, potency, efficacy, very, very important. What was the other question?
The other question is, when we talk about the other question after that was, does the toxin remove minerals from the body?
Excuse me. It would move a little from the body, like all toxin, all detoxifiers would, but it's not one that's going to strip the body and weaken you. The reason being, santulan has, one of the ingredients in santulan is something known as Nigella sativia, which is black seed, right? Now, Nigella sativia has a lot of antioxidant properties also. It has persimmon leaves, it has blessed thistle, it has marshmallow. It has a key, but it also has probiotics. So it is also a builder, especially as it relates to the the manual and doc people passing. So in that particular case, you find that it's going to help significantly with oxidative stress, and it wouldn't weaken the body and remove a lot of minerals from your body. So santulan is an all-safe product. I mean, that product is boss. We have never had anyone who used that product and didn't compliment it. Just keep in mind, if you know you're dehydrated, do not go and buy our santulan. Please get your Alkagen water, ask the front desk clerk, ask one of the consultants, and they will tell you how to do the water cleanse, and then you could use your santulan. Yes, Mr. Shaki.
Good morning, Dr. Batson. I'm taking vitamin C and the 3 omegas, but I'm feeling weak. What can I do? Yeah, Ms. Phils.
Oh, Ms. Phils, when you need to pass by Batson Associates, you need to get a mineral formula. You need to get an optimizer, and you need to get one of the greens, the green restore, or the liquid chlorophyll. So you need to focus on the blood in terms of energy as it relates to the blood cells, that type of thing.
What can I use for, this is Ms. Wade. Yeah. What can I use for acid reflux?
Acid reflux, we carry, the santulan will help, the Alkagen water will help from the foundation aspect. If you still get problems there from the aspect of digestion, you could use the digestive balance, the digestive restore. Those things would be good to help you as well. Someone is asking, are you getting back prostate formula? What causes facial acne? What can I use? Facial acne is an indication of, again, toxins, liver. So I don't know if you used any of the liver tea, if you used any of the alkagen water, any of the santulan. The silver formula as well, really, really good. That would work. When we get in back prostate formula and stuff, we should get prostate formula in about the next week and a half we should get. What causes LOTA again? LOTA is liver condition. That's one of the things you could do. Dr. Batson, what olive oil do you recommend to use? Right now I'm going to bring out olive oil for you because I was sending some people and they had some on the market and I don't know where all the good ones gone. I know the virgin olive oil was very good. I went to the supermarket every day and like all the virgin olive oil they have is all the olive oil is virgin now. So I believe the virgin olive oil would be a good one to use. Yeah, all of a sudden all the olive oil is virgin. So that's something we could look at. But we get olive oil just now for you, man. And there's a product that we're going to get. I want to sell out too much where that is concerned. I know all the weight loss people want to kill me, but I'm making sure everything proper before we release it. So we're getting that just now. We're also getting our next product, which will be like a natural sweetener, but it will be a product for inflammation, but it's something that you can put in your tea. So you take like a teaspoon and you mix it in your tea in the morning and drink it. Real good product. So we are taking in store for them, man. Just be a little patient with us. Okay, okay, now the thing is where this the words coming up, it coming up which part again by the question. So you're blocking the question now. Blessings, doctor, is there anything that I can use with the santulan, the water, that will help me with my belly fat? This
damn thing will not remove. You're looking sharp as always.
Thank you so very much. Okay. What you could use with the santulan. Have you ever used the oolong tea? Ask Miss Roma and then for some oolong tea. That is work good enough. Yeah, you could try that. You could try some of that, my dear. Until I get this weight loss product confirmed for you guys, and then we could start distributing it.
Ms. Sherman said after Dr. Batson treatment, I am strong and well now. Thank doctor. You are the best. Thank
you so very much. Who sent that there?
That's Ms. Sherman.
Ms. Sherman, I wonder if that is Ms. Sherman Crawford.
Yes, that is.
Sherman Crawford, good morning. Let me wish Ms. Crawford a happy birthday today. Sherman is a client of mine, and more than a client now. She has become a very good friend, like a mother. So I want to wish you all the best, Sherman, on your birthday today. And may God continue to bless you and know that you are loved and you are indeed quite valuable. Always remember that, my friend. Always remember that. A happy birthday to you today, and may God continue to bless you. And you have a lot to look forward to, my friend. Right. So, yes, we have a next question.
Yes, we have a very important question. Ms. Moses.
Ms. Moses is asking. Ms. Moses, good morning. I don't even need to see that question, Ms. Moses. Ms. Moses, the reason why your inflammation formula was not in Debe was because of me. I will take the blame. It was not Ms. Roma. I made a promise to Ms. Roma, and I had a little situation this week regarding yes, I know. Ms. Moses, I know that, but it's my fault. So this week for sure, Ms. Roma, I'm going to get an inflammation formula. They had packed up everything to bring it up the road, but we had a situation with one of the vehicles, so they couldn't come up again. So Ms. Moses, I do apologize for that, and I'm going to ensure I have something I have something for you for where that is concerned. All right, so don't blame Ms. Roma. Ms. Roma was diligent. She made sure and called me all during the week, but it was a fall short on my part, and kind of a circumstance beyond our control as regards to some technical difficulty we had with our vehicle there. All right, Ms. Moses, so I do apologize for that. A pleasant good morning to you and the gentleman. A pleasant good morning to all the listeners of Sky 99.5. Let me say a pleasant good morning to the hardworking management and staff at Batson Associates. You all work very hard. I know we have a lot of work, and we coming to come because with more demand, to whom much is given, much is expected. So keep in mind that is something I live by. Yeah? That's something I always believe in. You know, to whom much is given, much is expected. When people give you the trust, they give you the love, you need to, you know, respect that. And you know, that's why the world in a mess. So people don't have gratitude. You know, they don't remember the good that people do for them. So don't forget the good that anybody have done for you in your life, your mother, your father, your husband, wife, children. You know, always do good and good will follow you. I believe that. And you know, service to man is service to God, right? Always remember that. So those telephone numbers, again, you all can feel free to give us a call on 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. That is 314-9975. Keep in mind too, as well, the information as regards to the eye drop. We have eye optics formula in stock. That's one product which we run out of that in a while. I made sure and order on top of order, and thank God that particular situation worked out very well, because it depends on where in the world you're bringing these things from. You know, some countries very easy to ship from, and some countries we have to send it here, send it there, and you know, so we're working on it. You know, a lot of clients, those of you, you know, we always try to make our service top of the line. My staff knows that, or my colleagues, I should say. I don't refer to anybody as staff. They're my colleagues. We work together, even though I'm the boss, but you know, that's the fact. We work together. Just like we don't refer to clients as patients. There's a reason why we call persons at Batson Associates clients and not patients, right? You all know what's the reason for that, right? So psychosomatically, when you refer to someone as a patient, they automatically believe and think that they are sick. But if you refer to them as a client, from the psychosomatic perspective, they already begin to get better, right? You know, it's just like with you. We have our positive affirmations. If you have positive affirmations, you know, you believe in yourself, think it, believe it, become it. You know, I don't know if you ever read this book, The Law of Attraction, one of the best books I've ever read, you know, and it shows you the importance of positive affirmations, positive things. If you want to accomplish certain things, if you look weight loss, write it down. Write it down. There's a reason why diaries are important. And people don't throw away the diary. There isn't a diary that I have ever used that I do not have still. Because when you write things down, they become imprinted on the mind. That's even goals, you know, they tell you if you have a goal, you know, you want to, whether it's financially, emotionally, physically. Like I have a goal right now. My goal is to go up to 215 pounds. That's my goal. Gym, muscle, that's what I want to do. So I have it written down in front of me, and I look at it every day, that is what I want to accomplish. So the same applies even to your health. You know, when you mentally, when you want wellness, when you want health, you will get it. You will get it. I'm not saying that you can just mentally want health and not do the necessary things needed to accomplish that. Obviously not. But you need to have positive affirmations. Think it, believe it, become it. The Bible says, faith is the assured expectations of things hoped for, the evident demonstration of realities do not be held. If you examine that statement, faith is the assured expectation of things hoped for, the evident demonstration of realities do not be held. So even though it hasn't been accomplished yet, your action and the way you move is as if you have accomplished it already, or in the process of accomplishing it. You get me? Right? So that's a very important thing. So with that being said, and I said we do have all those products and stuff. We're getting more teas because we have to get more prostate tea, more male tea. I know liver tea went like crazy this time. Cholesterol tea went like crazy. We have some in stock still. We have a lot of circulation. We have a lot of eye tea because I make sure and bring a lot of circulation tea because that's like one of the top sellers. We will be getting more white. We'll be getting pu'er. We'll be getting oolong. We'll be getting more white tea because I know that white tea works really good, especially for pain. And we really get a good quality brand. So we'll be getting more of those. We have iOptics formula in stock. You can remember to call the office. Tobago, you all have gotten water. And I know Tobago, you all just need to be a little more patient with us because of COVID, we haven't gotten to finish that new office, but it is in the process of being done. So we're hoping very soon that where Tobago is concerned, we'll be back on Channel 5. We would have our bigger office, more staff, you all for detox, everything. So, you know, bear with us a little more. We did carry water to Tobago, so you all have water, you all have teas, so you can call Latoya, get your stuff. Those telephone numbers, again, you can give us a call on 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. That's 314-9975. Those locations, we are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Shogunas. We also at the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Davie. as well as Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. And in Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. Shaki, you are going to ask me something because we are just about to wrap up.
Yes. Dr. Batson?
Yes.
I have been telling everyone to listen to your program.
Mm-hmm.
The problem, we are outside of Trinidad and Tobago and can't get your products.
Yeah.
But at least we get educated on the health
Aspect of it.
It's a blessing.
Thank you so very much. And all of you outside persons, believe me, are saying this, and I'm a man of my word. Eh? Sometimes the word is a bit delayed. No fault of mine, but I'm positively sure that when we finish our website and the amount of products that we're going to have available there, believe me, it would have been worth the wait. I guarantee you that. We're putting together something real good for you guys, and the products, because let me tell you something quickly before I go. One of the advantages that I have over all of my competitors, every last one of them, is my knowledge and skill set as it relates to nutrients and supplementation. And this is no boast. There is none that could compare themselves to me. When coming to my work, as a boss. There is nothing as regards to nutrition. Well, there's nothing. I don't know everything, but I am well educated and experienced in automolecular nutrition, in integrative medicine, in clinical nutrition. So you see, when coming to supplementation, as a boss, I am one of the best in the world. Take what I'm telling you. So when you see I recommending things for people, take what I'm telling you. I know what it is I do. All right. So with that being said, God bless you guys. Always a pleasure to be here. Respect to you guys, for the constant support. Check the page out, like it, share it. And, as we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. God bless you guys. Remember, COVID is still out there. Sanitize, take care of your family, make sure and boost your immune system. Very important. Make sure get your vitamin A, get your vitamin B, your vitamin C. Make sure and put those in, get your zinc. Some of those things we'll be getting at Batson and Associates too, because sending people all about the place for things and they can't get it. So I try my best to, based on my recommendation, to ensure that I have it for you guys. Check out our inflammation formula, which will be back in stock next week. Our silver formula as it relates to your immune system. Check out those circulation teas. Check out your eye optics formula. If you know you have a problem with your eyes, please, God, do not wait for your eyes to get really bad. I can help you, but don't go and let them people chuck up all you up, dig all you up, do all kind of thing, and then only come in and bring in mash up. You bring in mash up good, so man. You come in properly well mash up. Some only like roll on, roll off, All your license plate new, but all is all kind of 2000 old engine, old chassis number, but all have new license plates. Can't work so, right? We need to fix from the foundation. So God bless again, and until Thursday, God's willing, I'll see you guys. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.